We are live.
We are live.
We are live in the Marais, and I'm standing with Cara Black, crime writer and author. Do you say crime writer or author?
Crime writer.
Crime writer extraordinaire. And you might know her from the Amy Leduc series, or you might know her from the podcast episode of the Earful Tower about a year ago.
Yeah, when I rode on his scooter, yes.
Do you mean the scooter that we just rode on?
To come here?
There?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what we're going to do is we decided what we're going to do is her first book, Murder in the Marais, based in the Marais, and I'm reading it. It's part of the book club, and I said, Cara, why don't you show me one of your favorite hidden gems that features in the book? And what did you say?
I said, of course, let's go. And yes, there is a scene in the book here, and it's kind of a pivotal point where Hartmut and Sarah meet. And it's really a place I stumbled upon years ago, and it was very quiet, and people would come maybe eat their lunch or read a book, and so we may see quite a few Parisians today, but the birds are out,
it's beautiful.
Trees are blooming, it's gorgeous.
And what we figured is, because I know that a lot of people that follow this page love Paris, figured that we'd point you in this direction in case you want to come and have a sandwich of your own where you won't find many tourists. So, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to do a loop, and then we're going to continue with the tour after that. So, this is where it is. This is important. The name.
The name. It's sort of hidden off. It's actually across from the Swedish Cultural Center.
That's a good way to find it. Yeah. So across the road from us there, this beautiful building is the Swedish Institute. Institut Suédois, the French might say. And there, it's called the Square Georges Cain. I'm giving you time to write it down, everybody.
Yep.
In the 3rd arrondissement, and as Cara said, it is just beautiful. So people are tuning in. There's 20 people watching.
Great.
On an impromptu live. That's not bad.
Hi.
Hello to Gidget. Gidgy. That sounds like a fake name. But okay, what should we do? Should we do a clockwise, anti-clockwise?
Yeah, let's go this way.
Look at this pigeon.
And we're only like 3 blocks from the Place des Vosges.
Which is, I think, where we'll walk afterwards, kind of in that direction, I think.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. This, I think, the thing that separates this park from a lot of the other parks is, the things that we're looking at. These, what would you call them?
These are sort of sculptures or pieces that were on buildings. We don't know how old they were, and I think it was sort of like a graveyard for statues or bits of stelae from churches or buildings. And look, they just brought them here, tumbled down.
I can zoom in on them. Look at that.
Yeah. And it reminds me of the École des Beaux-Arts, if you've ever been there, Oliver, or in the left bank.
Not yet.
Yeah, in the schoolyard, they have all these tumbled down statues, and they just put them there for students, to learn from and to sketch from. So there's no order, and I get the feeling there's no order here. It's just sort of where they put them, and it really gives an incredible mood. What's that? Oh, that's an old clock.
Let's go and take a look at it.
Yeah.
So I've seen people are watching from Iowa, Virginia, Australia, Michigan. Carolyn says she loves your books, Cara.
Oh, thank you, Carolyn.
Now, I think I'm zoomed out. Okay, let's go and look at this clock thing. So when you were researching, the idea of this walk, Cara, is that we'll sort of find some things from your book. And on that pivotal scene, where, without giving anything away, oops, I was looking around and not looking at what I was zooming into.
What's up there? It's amazing. And there's no sign, there's nothing that tells you what it is, but it's just kind of like this graveyard of incredible architecture.
So I'm going to film you for a sec, because people are tuning in who won't have seen. This is Cara Black,
Hi.
the author of Murder in the Marais and 18 other books. So there's a new one coming out.
That's right.
Maybe you can give us a hint of what we're expecting.
Sure, it's a different arrondissement. It's in the 12th arrondissement, Murder in Bel Air, the 12th. And very different. We're like 5 years ahead of Amy's life from when this book, Murder in the Marais, took place. But it's actually 20 years of Amy Leduc because I write very slowly. So,
What is it, like you do a book a year, basically?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty quick.
Well, yeah, but it's a series, and I remember stumbling on this place and thinking, this is wonderful, and there were only Parisians here. There's a man sketching, and
I'll give a little pan so everybody can find. So if you're just tuning in, it's called Square Georges Cain. George with an S at the end, and then C-A-I-N, and there's the chap sketching.
And this woman's doing watercolors, I think. Looks like.
People probably don't like when you show their work on camera, do they? What do you think? Hang on, I'll turn it behind us. There we are.
Yeah.
And for you guys who are yet to enter the world of Amy LeDuc and Cara Black, you should join the book club, because we've been dissecting Murder in the Marais for the past month, and we've just recorded a podcast episode.
We did.
What did you enjoy that?
Yeah, he asked me hypothetically how I would kill someone, and then I took him as an example, and I think he got really scared.
Well, I'll give you guys a little spoiler alert for Monday's podcast episode. Cara Black talked about how she'd chop me up or leave me hanging by my neck in my own studio.
Yeah, worrying about the blood stains and how someone would think about it, because we were on the 7th floor, and there was only like a skylight window, and I'm like, he's a big guy, how would I get the body out?
I saw your calculating eyes, thinking how you dispose of. Oh my goodness. There's also a Dalmatian just joined the walk show. Appears to be I'll leave him to it. But so we're going to do a little loop. If you got any questions for Cara, put them down below. But my question for you is, in that pivotal scene that we were just talking about, do you have an idea of which bench it was on?
I think it was over here, because I think the entrance to where Sarah was hiding underground was over here, because her family home was over there and beyond this Institute of Sweden, and so she came here because it was close, and she was hiding here by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was under here.
It's so there's comments coming in talking about how peaceful this place is, and
very peaceful. Can you hear the birds?
Exactly, right? Isn't that? Yeah. And there's that. Every time I film the Dalmatian, he's doing his business.
Here's another aquarelle woman doing watercolor. Maybe it's a class.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, she's very talented.
But see that thing with the art? It's like they leave these incredible pieces of sculpture around, and people, and people can enjoy that.
It's kind of like a museum almost.
Yeah. And there's no dates, there's no names or signs, which is fine. It just feels kind of like a little oasis in the middle of the Marais in Paris.
I love it. It's a good spot for lunch. Yeah. I'm gonna tentatively film the dog again.
Hurry! Oh, he's going around. Here he comes.
He's doing a loop. You don't see Dalmatians so often in Paris.
No.
Bonjour from Buenos Aires.
Oh.
Buenos Aires.
Hello.
What were you going to show me over here?
Just look
Hello,
at this.
Connie.
This was something. What was it? Look at the little faded smudged rosette down there. Not smudged, but that rosette thing.
Oh, down the bottom. I see
down
it.
the bottom.
Zoom. See if I can get the zoom working.
Like, where is that? What's that from? Why was it brought here? Was this part of, maybe there was a mansion here once? Hotel Particulier, like that one? Where did this come from?
That would be a nice place to live, Cara. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Okay, it could do. Yeah. Look up. And there's always something, I think we talked about it before, always look up, right?
Yes.
And look what's up there. Yeah.
We got a question in that I think we'll ask as we continue on. Connie Browning says, where do you find the inspiration on tackling which arrondissement, Cara?
Well, I only have 2 more arrondissements left in my series, so I sort of know what they're going to be. But I find the inspiration from something I've heard about the arrondissement, the 12th arrondissement. My friend's mother lives there, so I've been there a lot. She takes me to her favorite cheese shop. She showed me this cemetery, which we talked about in the podcast, and she showed me some things that only someone who lives there does. And I was like, wow, maybe there could be a story here. Maybe, yes, there could be a story there, and this could happen. So I wanted to tackle it. It's very residential, so it's not like here with hundreds of historical buildings. So it was a different way in. But I look for something that I hear from the police, or I read in the paper. Or
It's exciting how you're meeting the police. Weren't you meeting a cop right before me?
Yes.
What a world, what a life you have.
Yeah, and I make those wonderful connections, and I take them out for dinner and wine. And
we have to walk. The whole point is a walk show, Cara. You're doing a stall show.
Yes, okay.
But I want to have a look at this knobbly tree in the background as well.
Exactly.
What is that for a tree? What a beautiful place you've taken me to.
Yeah, that is great. That's not Marronnier. Maybe someone knows what it is.
Yes, first person to tell me what tree that is in the comments below wins a shout out from me and Cara at the same time. And look at that beautiful sign over on the other side of the road.
Fabrique de bronze. Oh, a metal foundry probably. Luminaire. Yeah, so that's what the Marais was. You know, there were these small industries in the courtyards of these old buildings.
Isn't it beautiful? So Catherine Anderson writes, yeah, but I wonder if she meant to write yew, as in yew tree.
Y-E-W?
Yeah, could it be a yew tree?
Could be.
My knowledge of botanical...
There's the Dalmatian. Can you get him? Yeah.
I'm going to finish with a shot of the Dalmatian if he comes over here. Cynthia says, hello from Detroit, which she calls the Paris of the Midwest.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but if she says so and she lives there, why not? There's the Dalmatian.
I think everyone's seen enough of the Dalmatian doing his... are you kidding me? I think he's doing it now. No, we're going to walk out, but I'm going to explain one more time for you guys. If you come to Paris, because we've got a lot more to see, Cara. If you guys come to Paris and you want to find a secret little hidden park, there's the name of it. Write it down, Square Georges Cain.
Just a few blocks from the Place des Vosges. Come over.
Right, and if you find a scooter like this sitting out front of it, you'll know that I'm in there and maybe Cara is as well.
Yes.
So, hang on.
Oh, look down at the end of the street.
What are we?
See the little tower over this way?
Oh, I love that tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I can zoom in.
Can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, there you go. That is such an interesting tower, and I've long wanted to know the history of it. But I've long wanted to keep it as a surprise for myself one day down the line. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Excellent.
But there used to be a post office across
Yep,
from it, and
yep.
that was very important in the story where Hartmut worked.
Yeah. Oh, we'll walk there now.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do? I'll turn the camera back around. Okay. So, if you've just been watching this, that was a little precursor to a few things. Firstly, the podcast episode that we recorded. Go and subscribe wherever you get podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, wherever. It's all there. Android. Secondly, it's a precursor. Am I using the right word? Precursor? Preview?
Preview of our book group. Yeah.
Of your new book.
Of my new book.
Murder in... Don't forget, you've got a new book coming out.
I do.
June 4th, Murder in Bel Air. It's going to see Amy Leduc doing her stuff in Paris. Join the book club, read the first book with us. It's not too late. Cara and I have an event Friday, 1 week from today, where we're going to sit and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of Murder in the Marais. But right now, for Patreon supporters of the Earful Tower, we're going to go spend the next half an hour exploring the Marais and finding bits that are in the Murder of the Marais book. Is that right?
That's right.
CaraBlack.com. Cara Black Books, Amy Leduc, Square Georges Cain.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. À tout à l'heure.
À toutes.